There we go. Starting. I guess it just takes a little time for it to go through. And now it says it's live. YouTube. Got bit rate. There we go. All right. How do we pump this? Oh, it says it's weird. Where do you. Some technical difficulties. Where are you at? Oh, you're right there. We're trying to get this to work. I see a few of you guys jumping on. So bear with me as we try to work this thing out. Hopefully, it's working. Um, we just jumped online today. Of course, Prince Day. We wanted to talk about Prince and all that good stuff. But we may have some issues going on with the streaming. And I may have to do this another way, which I will think I will have to do because this ain't working. You still show it off on your side? Oh, Sean?
Yeah, I'm here.
Does it still show it's off on your side?
I I was getting the sound from when it was, I guess, recorded or whatever, so I just exit out of it. But I'm gonna exit out it back and just mute the YouTube so I can't hear both.
You see it? It's playing.
I did see it, but I X'd out of it. But I'm going
Gotcha.
back into it now and just mute the sound from.
And you just on
It's
the?
like,
Are you just on like the podcast juice main channel page or
yeah,
something?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I had no idea where that was. I was like, where is it? How did they find it? Okay, about that. It's a new visitor. And oh, it is there, isn't it? Well, I'll be damned. Okay, take this. I can't wait till he comes to town. It's like he's
Right, right.
not coming to town anymore.
Just deleted those alerts because that won't be happening again. And it's just like another just painful reminder that that he's no longer here.
Yes, it is. Live now. And let me push out the phone number for Skype.
I mean, I I didn't want to go hard, because a it's Prince's birthday, and b that's not my stilo.
Right.
I said my piece, and he didn't really come at me, so I'm like, all right, well that was that de-escalated quickly. I
Oh
mean, my thing
man.
was like, you don't rate. I mean, barbershop and you don't rate those things the same. Even and like I said, all right. So I would give Purple Rain 4 stars. I would give Godfather 4 stars. Obviously, Godfather's a better movie than Purple Rain. I mean, it's all it's all relative. Just because I give one less or equal, it doesn't necessarily mean one's better than the other. It's that individual movie itself.
My Chrome crashed. It's crazy. Jeez.
Stars because it is an effective horror movie or thriller or whatever, but
Hmm.
it's not as good as the.
Call in. We are definitely taking phone calls. Call us at 206. I'm writing it down. 206 965 9302. So that's 206 965 9302. Call us right now. I will pull you in on the call. That way you can hear everything. But give us a call. We're talking about some Prince. I want to know people's favorite Prince moment, like their favorite Prince TV appearance. I want to know all that. We want to talk about it. Right here, Mr. Sean Hill, and I'm sure
Yes, sir.
as we get this thing going, people will be jumping in. But yeah, if you are viewing chat there, I can't see the chat right now, but Sean can see it. But
I would rank the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance. The nails himself. He gets one of his lacy buttons caught in the mic stand, and when he pulls that mic up, bop, and you hear it, you see it, and he does not even stop. It's like it had to have hurt. I mean, it just maybe adrenaline or whatever, but but that just to show you that dude just didn't even phase him. So that would definitely be my favorite. Now, kind of an unofficial favorite at this
Mm.
point, although it didn't air here. It did air on Japan TV, so it's kind of would be the entire birthday show from '86 from Detroit.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's
I same era. He just does not have, and I don't know if it was because of his birthday, the energy that Detroit was giving him, or maybe a combination. But that show is just pure fire, just total fire. Yeah. So
yeah, that's that whole era, man. I used to play the Sheridan, Wyoming thing over and over and over and over. And I recently watched that on YouTube. Somebody posted it. It was just, I was telling somebody. I said, you know what was so incredible about that was he was a totally different Prince or a presentation of him compared to Purple Rain and then the Raspberry Beret. You didn't really get to see too much of him, and he just came out and he was like you said, he was kind of playing the Christopher Tracy, like he was smiling
oh
and
yeah,
joking
yeah.
and stuff. It was just a whole different persona. And it was a head buster.
Which I tell people now is like that persona, that era, I guess '86, the Christopher Tracy era, so to speak. That's Prince. That's closer to his personality, his
Right.
style, his character than the Purple Rain Prince. I mean, most people think that that is what Prince was like. Like, no, not even close. Just watch that movie and that'll give you a inkling to what Prince was like.
Yes. Man, do you have the YouTube link that you can post to me in the chat thing, real quick?
Yeah.
Because my Chrome, I have to switch computers here. This Chrome, listen, I love the Surface Pro 4. It's been my baby, but for some reason right now it is taxed to hell. It ain't allowing me to use Chrome, so we're gonna do a workaround. And then I just realized you gave me that link, but it ain't gonna do nothing because I'm on a different computer. So that's all right. I'm on this other one. I get it. Well, we got some people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching us right now, this is the Prince Podcast. My name is Michael Dean. There you go. And we want to take your phone calls. So call me up at 206-965-9302. Call now. Phone lines are hot right now. Standing by.
Well, well, while we're waiting, I guess. How many of the do you have any of the magazines? Like, have you physically bought any, or you just have
Yeah,
them digital? Or
no, I bought People magazine. I bought the People one. That's the only one I bought. I looked at a couple other ones. Some of them they seem to have the same pictures or, pictures I've seen online and stuff. But that's just the only one that I got. Have you gotten any other ones?
oh, I've got Newsweek, Essence, Rolling Stone, Ebony, Time, Entertainment Weekly, Rolling Stone, and then one from I don't know what the name of this one is, but it's like orange, and it's
Oh,
called
is
the
that the one
Genius of.
Players? I'm joking.
Uh,
No.
yeah. No, this one I believe it's from overseas, but it doesn't really have a name of the magazine. It's like Condi Nast or something like that. But actually, a friend of mine bought this one for me. But yeah, no, I have like a big stack of all these memorial magazines. I haven't even read them yet. I mean, I don't really know what's in there that don't already know. It's more just, I've always said that I'm a completist, so I try to get everything that I possibly can and
Right,
store it
right.
for prosperity. But
Okay.
it's a shame. Would rather not be buying them. We'd rather be buying albums and and stuff like that. But
Right.
speaking of
Well,
albums, Title.
okay.
You want to talk about Title real quick?
Yeah, so I think I saw you posted it first, so I saw it. But yeah, they added a whole bunch more albums to the
Yeah,
lineup.
15. Yeah,
That's crazy
most
to
of
say that you can
mo-
add 15 other albums. Cats don't even have like.
have 50. That's what I posted. And most of them are the later albums. Both raves. I think Rainbow Children, Crystal Ball. The one that I was surprised to see was Exodus.
Yes. Well, that
But they
that and for I'm surprised they put up New Power. So either one of those albums actually surprises me. But
You
I
know,
wonder why
I hate to
they. Oh,
turn
go ahead.
negative, but I listen to New Power Soul.
I love it.
I've been well, I've been listening to all the albums in order. So I recently made a trip up to Oakland. So on the way back, I listened to about 5 albums during that trip, and New Power Soul was one of them. And yeah, that one's lower tier to me. It's just there's just
I still bump that album. I had
yeah.
that at work. We'd be bumping that.
Ah, Freaks on This Side and what's the song? Push It Up. I think Push It Up and then Freaks on This Side. Those two songs back to back. I don't know if maybe putting something in between them would have made it, but I just don't like either one of those songs. And then I like funky music. I don't really care for. I think to me the best song on the album is the hidden track, "Wasted
Wasted
Kisses."
Kisses. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony Todd and JSY2000. I see you in the chat room. If you
Okay.
can
I'm not
call
seeing the
in,
chat.
I want. I don't know. I don't know if it's something I
Oh,
can
I
only
see it.
see.
I see it now. I see it now.
But yeah, so I just posted this on Facebook, so I'm sure people will start to jump in. Oh, somebody's calling. All right, caller, are you there?
I'm not here. Yeah, I'm here.
Who is this?
This is Anthony.
Anthony. Oh, what's up, man? How
Anthony
are you?
Todd.
I just shouted you out on
Anthony
the stream.
Todd. How's it going?
Man, it's going good. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Just, having a little purple celebration, I
Okay.
guess you could say.
Right.
Well, hey, I was asking, and I'm just gonna be asking everybody that comes on, what's your favorite Prince moment from a TV performance?
TV performance. Ooh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh, heck.
Give me a couple then.
I don't even know what TV show it was on because it was overseas, but when he did Motherless Child,
Okay.
you saw that one.
Was,
and then
that was a good one.
And then also, I like the one where it was during the rave era, and he came out and he said, "I'm feeling like Prince tonight," and he went into Alphabet Street, but he had started off doing Greatest Romance Ever Been Sold. Do you remember that one? I don't even know what show it was on. It was overseas also.
Was this one where Larry was on there too?
Yeah, I think Larry was on there, but he came out and they started doing Greatest Romance That's Ever Been Sold, and then he stopped the music and said, "I'm feeling like Prince tonight," and then they started going into Alphabet Street. With the
I
little
don't even know that
chicken
one.
I
stash.
kind of remember.
You
it was
know
like
that
a,
one.
It was
You've
like a.
seen that one.
It was like a. I want to say it was like a morning type show or something. I kind of.
Yeah, there you go. I think it was in the morning.
Oh, the
Yeah,
CBS.
yeah.
I think it was yes. Okay, yeah. I have seen that.
Yeah.
And I'm
Of
glad
course,
you mentioned. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
American Music Awards when he did "Baby I'm a Star," "I Would Die for You" when he hit himself with the microphone
That's what I said.
in the face. That was a great one. Other than that little mishap, but he just continued performing. He's always had these little moments where something would go wrong, but he just he kept it going. I don't know if you remember the Get Off performance on MTV when his sleeve got caught in the
Yep.
I guess the little microphone.
I don't know where you was going there for a second, but yeah.
You remember that?
I'm just playing.
And then even just recently, like when he was on SNL the last time, and his damn guitar wasn't plugged in. Do you remember
That's
that?
funny.
When he was
Oh yeah, that's right. During the Plectrum Electrum stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They were going into Plectrum Electrum, and he was playing, and he looked down. I knew he knew something was wrong, and he looked down, and his little, the guitar wasn't plugged in, and so he reached down there real casual and made a face and plugged it in, like, somebody's ass is going to get it tonight. Plugged it in there, and he started. Then you could hear his guitar after that. So I was like,
now,
look. Go ahead.
No, I was actually Anthony. You put it in the chat. You said asking both raves. There's two versions of the Rave album and they're both.
Yeah.
Title now.
So Rave Into is on there now.
Yeah,
that right?
They're both on there. Yeah.
And the only difference with that one is what they got has Beautiful Strange and something different about I think the one he did with what's his face from Public Enemy. He did a song with him. Isn't it a different version?
Undisputed.
Yeah, there's a different version. Rave is different. The title track is more sped up. Undisputed's different. It's a different mix. The Greatest
Okay.
Romance Ever Sold is the Adam and Eve mix that was on the maxi single.
Yeah, I got the maxi
Um,
single, so yeah.
and I'm trying to think what else is. Every Day is a Riding Road is gone, and Beautiful Strange is in its place.
In its place.
And
Oh, okay.
and I think Strange but True is gone also. And then
Okay.
a couple other tracks are Man of War is a
Man of War's gone?
mix.
Different
a
mix.
little bit. No, Man of War is on there. It's just in a different mix. Yeah. It's more of
Different mix, yeah.
type of kind of an upbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one CD. One of his releases I didn't
Well,
get
I
that
don't
Rave
make it
into. But if you try to buy that now, man, they're asking like an arm and a leg for that. Try to get it on eBay. Have you seen any of those prices on
Death
eBay
Tax.
with his stuff? God dang, man.
Yeah, I haven't looked at
But
Best bet now. I'm looking for any mom and pop shops.
I know I've already went. Believe me, I've got almost everything, but there's just a few little things here and there I don't have. But I'm going to pay an arm and a leg for them if I try to get them, unless I can find someone who doesn't know any better. But yeah, I mean, so y'all doing okay? It's been about what, 30-some days, 40 days, I guess, since he passed away, and I know me. I'm finally, I think, on a different stage with it all, where I'm kind of more celebrating his life, not as down as I used to be. Being a long time fam or purple hippie or whatever you want to call me. But I mean, I know for a long time I was in some dark places a few days there, but I think now I'm kind of actually coming to grips with it all and celebrating the music more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think everyone's sort of coming around a little bit. For me, I don't think about it. I just listen to the music. And then it's like today, though,
Yeah.
as I was telling Sean, I was like, in the back of my mind, though, I was still kind of like, oh, man, I can't wait for the next tour or something because I know he's going to come to town.
Mhm.
And it's like, nah, he's not coming to town, But,
Yeah, I hear you. Or the next release, or the next rumor about a new
Right.
CD, or a new something coming out, or
Mhm.
there's always those rumors coming around, or you hear something and trying to find out if it's true, when's it coming out, and now it's like, who knows, Who knows? We got the vault, but the vault, we don't know who's got the combo, and we don't know if they're gonna
we
let
don't-
anything
we-
out.
We don't know what's going on. Well, they opened the vault, so I mean, they in there.
Yeah, that's true. They did. They drilled it open.
Yeah.
Which,
But let me say, I want to let everybody know too. If you are watching, you can call in. The phone number is 206-965-9302. Again, 206-965-9302. I wanted to also, when we'll continue to talk as we're going, but also BET released some of the lineup for their Prince tribute on the BET Awards, and I believe they have Sheila E. on deck, The Roots, Janelle Monáe, and D'Angelo. People that I would, if you were going to think of some people, it's probably usually the names people are going to say. What do you guys think about their lineup so far?
I think that's a good start. I think that's
okay.
a good lineup. I think it's a good lineup. I mean, that's what I was hoping for. I wouldn't mind seeing Wendy and Lisa somewhere in there, or even any of the mainly them too, but the Revolution, but Wendy and Lisa, and then maybe even some of the NPG, Mr. Hayes, or some of those guys just in the band, playing with Sheila or something. But I think that's a good lineup, and I wouldn't expect anything less than that for a real Prince tribute. Maybe Larry Graham can get in there.
Yeah,
But-
as you said, Wendy and Lisa, it would be dope, and maybe they have this plan, like the surprise of it would be the Revolution. Actually, the band is playing, like they come out at the end or something of the tribute and have the Revolution actually play a song. I don't know, you have D'Angelo or somebody up there. That would be crazy. I could easily see Wendy. Wendy, I think she's done this before. I could see her playing with the Roots, as another guitarist or something. I know that they're all cool with each other, so we might see that. That would be excellent, though. What do you think, Sean?
Well, I would say it's predictable, but at least as Anthony just said, they're definitely off to a good start. But they threw the gauntlet down. That tweet they sent out after the Madonna tribute. We saw that. Don't worry, we got you. Now they got to bring it. It's like, okay, and to quote, to paraphrase Purple Rain, you better kick ass or else.
Yeah, we will see, as you like to say.
Yes,
I'll say this much: I know that they know what they have to live up to, or what they at least have to do better than, which may not be saying much, depending on how you feel about that Billboard Awards performance. But I do think that they're gonna really go all out for what they can do. So I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I know Steve. What's the guy's name? Stephen Hill.
yeah.
The guy in charge of programming there is a huge Prince fan. So I'm sure that he will go all out. I don't know if you saw any of the footage from Spike Lee over the weekend, but I think Stephen Hill was up there on stage at one point jamming to Prince and stuff. So, they got Sheila in there. They got D'Angelo, who I would pick. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Jesse up there. I hope that means Jesse gets to come up there too.
Oh, Jesse, yes. More.
And they'll probably have a lot of these.
Ew.
I could see another surprise could be the time. Why would you not have the time up there, right? Why would they turn that
Jimmy
down?
Jam and
right?
Terry Lewis, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're probably going to have all those people. I just think that they probably got to, in terms of like the press release, you got to at least put the names that sort of matter somewhat to the viewership of today, to the younger people. So they may not necessarily know a Wendy's name if they saw it and get excited. So maybe, you know what I mean? So as the thing comes around, we might see, they're going to have the whole Prince family be up there. You know what I'm saying? Even like an Andre Simone and different people that for us as fans, when we see that show, we'll be like, oh, there goes such, you know what I'm saying? Like their names might not ring out because they're not, you know what I mean? Like they're not out there today, but once the show is on, we probably, there is the rep, you know what I'm saying? There go Jimmy Jam and Terry Lee, there go Monty, or, you know what I'm saying? There go Taja Seville, or something. I'm just kind of really going out there, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have them all up there actually, which would be dope. So we will see. We definitely will see.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think it'll help with closure for a lot of people. Actually, if all those people that you mentioned, most of them or a good majority of them, did something up on stage or were up there. Des Dickerson, the Revolution, NPG. I mean, it's still not going to be the same because I don't know who's going to be doing all the vocals, but I don't know. Anytime I hear anyone doing Prince music and if Prince ain't on the vocals, it ain't the same for me. It ain't the same, no matter who it is. The closest I heard that even was D'Angelo. Sometimes it snows in April. He's over on Jimmy Fallon, and that was awesome. But it wasn't Prince. But I mean, that's probably the closest I've heard anyone getting close in the same atmosphere as Prince. And I'm with the Revolutions up there jamming. I'm sure they're going to sound on point. It's just the vocals. Who's going to be doing the vocals? That's what I'm wondering. And should there even be anybody doing the vocals? And if there is, who? Y'all feel me any way on that? The vocals?
It will probably be D'Angelo.
What?
I'd assume it'd be D'Angelo and probably Wendy.
I was thinking that.
Since she's done it before.
Yeah.
I have the release of when the Revolution they got together for Bobby Z a few years back, and it's actually a pretty good show. And Wendy, the songs that they selected to do, Wendy did a good job on all of them. So but I got a feeling, I mean, with D'Angelo, obviously he's gonna probably be the singer, and of course with the Roots, they're gonna be the band. So I doubt you'll see the Revolution there, but you would hope that at some point they're going to be involved with something. But they're still August. Hopefully, that comes through. The family can get it together and get some announcements done, so some folks can get their funds straight. We ain't all balling. We're not all balling. We got to save
True.
up to get out there. So.
True that.
All
All right,
right.
gentlemen. Well, it was good speaking with y'all.
Mr.
gotta
Todd,
get
thank you
going.
for calling in. Appreciate it.
But big, long-time listener of the podcast. I probably listened to every podcast y'all have done. Prince podcast.
I
I'm
appreciate
not into all
that,
the
man.
comic books and all that stuff, but
It's all
the
good,
Prince
man.
Neither
podcast
am I.
definitely, and y'all have made me laugh. You've made me get mad. You've made me agree with you and disagree with you. But hey, I appreciate all the work you've done all these years. Hopefully, you keep the podcast going, and there's always gonna be something to talk about when it comes to Prince music and the
for
Paisley
sure,
Park
man.
family.
Yeah, we're not stopping. We're gonna keep it going. And I appreciate you listening all this time. Also, I'm on my campaign trail right now, sir. So find your way to the website and go on and hit that $5 donation to keep us going. All right. So we appreciate you listening, man. Yeah.
$5 foot long. Okay.
There
yeah.
you go, my brother.
I
There you
saw
go.
it. Hey, I saw it. I saw that a couple of days ago. I saw it. So I plan
Yeah,
on
man.
doing it, sir.
I
I'll support
appreciate
you.
that. That's what it's all about because
Okay.
we're working hard. All right, man. Thank you for calling for sure, though.
Thanks, sir.
Have a good one,
Thank you.
Tom. Bye-bye.
Peace. Yeah, man. Ain't nobody eating for free, goddamn it. Shit. Shout out to everyone who listens to the show, though. Really appreciate it. Shout out to what's the guy's name on Twitter today? Sean something, champion or challenger. Or something?
I think so. I can look it up here.
Shout out to him. He just discovered the show and he was asking me a lot of questions about it. And he's like, Mike, I don't do premium podcasts. And can you, what do you say? Do some advertising thing or whatever. You can target African Americans. I was like, well, okay. Appreciate you listening.
Sean
Hey,
Christopher.
Shout out to Sean Christopher. But listen.
Should have known Christopher, right?
Oh, there you go. But yeah, man, just listen. We all grown up here. Just reach and go and pull that $5 out, man, and drop it on the table. We're not breaking nobody. If you ain't got that, man, get the hell out of here, man. Come on. You go to McDonald's and ask them, nah, I don't do paid for all my food. What do they tell you? Get the walking.
Hit the one, yeah.
Ain't no negotiation. I'm on that shit tonight. That's right. Anyway, shout out to everyone's watching. Again, I need my peoples to call in. 206-965-9302. Call in. Let us know how you doing. I want to know what your favorite Prince TV performance was. Tell me about that time when you was a kid and you used to watch that over and over on your VHS tape. I'm really going to the old school people, but you used to rewind it, watch it over. Listen, when I used to have the Prince tape, couple of tapes, right? The VHS tape where you recorded all the videos and all the little protege appearances and stuff. And I remember one time I had a tape. I bought this from somebody. It wasn't, maybe it was online. It might have been like early, this could have been in 2000 or maybe 1998 or something like that. But somebody was selling a tape. It was just all Jesse Johnson shit. And it had a little bit of D'Angelo, like his first album performances. And I can't remember who I got it from. But I used to wear that out, man. It was VHS tape. Used to play that back to back. We were talking before we started. I was talking about the Sheridan, Wyoming show, MTV contest. They had the premiere on TV. I used to watch that over and over. It was so funny because my sister, she's 10 years younger than me. So I don't know how old I was at that time. I must have been like 16, 15 or something. But anyway, I was Prince, and my sister would always be Wendy. So it's a little 5-year-old black girl, air guitar being Wendy. And I'm, of course, acting a fool being Prince. But we would just watch them performances over and over, man, and act them out. That's right. We would act them out. But
Hey, that's that's what you're supposed to do when you're a kid, right?
shout about last week. No, but no. But yeah, man. So I mean, I want to hear what people's favorite performances are. Of course, we're also talking about the upcoming BET show tribute. As you said, BET put the gauntlet down. They went in a little bit on Madonna, so now it's time for them to show and prove. And it sounds like they're coming with their big guns. They kick ass tomorrow night else. You know,
Pretty much. I
Where-
mean,
where's Donnie Simpson at? Oh, hey, that's cool. You know, so they should bring Donnie out. Actually, he should be like the one to, announce that. That would be dope. I see if I was BT man, I would be like, you know what, we're gonna do a whole video soul theme. We're gonna do the whole thing like it's video soul, and have my man Donnie come out with the set, and then I have like Sherry Carter come out. Ah man, I turn that thing out. But Go ahead.
I just hope the way where they position the performance is not sandwiched in between some bull. You know what I mean?
Well-
Because we know the BET Wars.
they gotta play to their audience now.
I know.
Money
I know,
controls the
and-
world, and that's it.
And we are not in that audience.
Nope.
And there's going to be a lot of Prince fans watching. That's not in that audience.
But see, just like anything, and then not.
And it says not the Apollo Theater. In 2015, Apollo paid Bill Clinton through one of its subsidiaries $250,000 to speak. This is why Bill Clinton is doing the eulogy for the great Muhammad Ali. This may be the reason no prominent black leaders are speaking at Muhammad Ali's funeral. And this was tweeted by Black Edification. I don't know who that is, and this was the tweet was provided by Mr. Amp Poop.
Wow. Well, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. We have to. We got to somewhat take some ownership of the narrative, and so we can keep it honest. And because I understand money, money controls a lot of situations, but that's just like, it's kind of disheartening, man. But hey,
Well, I don't know what's worse, Bill Clinton or Billy Crystal. I mean, I don't know their relationship, but I mean, I think they did some stuff, maybe a skit or two back in the day. But I mean, to actually be doing the eulogy, that doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah,
But
I mean,
I know I had read that on or heard on ESPN that Ali had approved of all funeral arrangements. So I mean, he had definitely co-signed before he passed, but it just still seems.
did he co-sign
seems
those people? That's what I'm saying. Like, and even, but again, if that's what the family wants to do, I respect that. It's not, who am I to say? But all I can say is just as I was saying about Prince, and that's like how I'm doing this show. I don't need anybody's permission, or it doesn't have to fit along to the narrative, or however they may want to play Prince in the media. He's the champion. He is he's a hero. He's one of our icons. He's one of our greats. So I'm gonna take ownership of what I can in terms of make sure to push it up into what I feel like it was really about. This is the way you can look at Ali. If you look at Ali, what he was about in his life, his religion and the things he spoke up for, it seemed a little different than the narrative that the news is trying to play it. And I get that, but that's why we got to make sure that we, as people who are fans of those people, and that we take control, we hold it up so they can do their little thing. But we got to make sure that that's why I like what Spike did with Prince. You know what I'm saying? He's not waiting for Rolling Stone or Viacom or any of these companies. He's doing it upon himself, putting his own money
Right.
up to celebrate our stuff. And that's what we're supposed to do. That's what everybody else should be doing with they heroes and stuff. They don't have no outsiders be up in there. Nah. So,
Right.
I mean, Prince is for everybody. And so I'm saying for the fan base, we got to make sure we pump it up to where it's supposed to be.
Well, I think, for me and a lot of the other, Podcast Juice family and Prince Purple Army that I'm associated with online, I see it every day, and I don't want to start naming people because I'll forget somebody. And but well, I'll try anyway. There's Sean Hicks, Day Droppin, Darwin, Diana. I mean, there's so many folks out there that are posting the videos and posting songs and posting pictures and posting lyrics. We're all out there doing what we can to to keep that memory going. For the most part, I don't think any of us have really been involved with the speculations back, with the gossip and the innuendo and this, that, and the other. I think we've all tried to keep it about the music, and even today being his birthday, which he didn't celebrate anymore, but you know we still are keepers of the flame. Now I will say this: I didn't want to come off as salty on Facebook, so I didn't say anything. But the day he died, it was like everyone was a Prince fan that day. I'm like, really, But today, it being something kind of quote unquote official, Purple Day, post your pictures, post your album, post whatever. I haven't seen a lot of that stuff today. I haven't seen a lot of profile pictures changed to Prince, and I'm not definitely not going to call anybody out on that, but it just is it out of sight, out of mind? Okay, well, it's not cool to like Prince anymore. It was cool a month ago, when he passed, and we had the little Billboard tribute, and okay, well, that's it. Let's move on to the next, So, but I think as long as there's a podcast juice, there's a Peach and Black, there's a Funkenberry, there's a you, a me, a Big Sexy, Day Dropping, Ant, Q, Big Ken, all of us, Prince's legacy, Prince's flame will never die out.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. But yeah, we just got to keep it 100, as we say, and keep it going. So yeah.
And on the other part too, call out, I'm a big, critic of some of Prince's work that, I think is less than stellar. And, I'll get people, really, you didn't like that? Or, no, I didn't. Just because I'm a fan doesn't mean I have to like, everything, right? I mean, of course, I've railed against the song Jughead for years, and I will continue to do so. And Hit and Run, Volume 1, I would continue to do so. That doesn't make me, less of a fan. It just is, hey, he did some stuff that just didn't appeal to me, but it might appeal to other people, and that's that's the beauty of being, not necessarily a Prince fan, but just a fan of music in general. I mean, there's enough material for everybody. There's enough. I bet you if the six of us, if we did a top 10 list, that list would be totally different for everyone. I would bet.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. But yeah, actually, and then also it was Prince Day in Minnesota today, so we gotta shout that out. That's a great thing. Have your own day in your name. Did you hear anything about the MPG had an event over the weekend? This, what is it called?
I heard, but I honestly
This
did
thing called
not
Life.
really
That's what
research it.
It was called This Thing Called Life. I believe it was 2 or 3 nights of performances. I saw a couple of pictures from some of my peoples down there that looked like it was having a good time. So they had that going on. And as those shows are sold out too. Of course, they had the thing in New York with Spike Lee.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people send me a lot of stuff. They got stuff going all over the country. Just different Prince nights. I was actually somewhere local. I was walking down the street. As a matter of fact, it was a flyer on something. Oh, I was by this one club, and they had a picture from 1994. Actually, it was a picture of the Vibe cover, but they were
Okay.
hyping up some Prince thing they were gonna do. I was like, wow. So I was like, okay. So I mean, he is now. Prince is in that sort of where you see like the Jimi Hendrix and the different, Jim Morrison. You would see those pictures all around. You're gonna start to see sort of Prince like that. It's just gonna be people that may not have been into it before, now you've sort of been thrust into listening to the music and sort of discovering and probably seeing like, wow, this guy looks cool, or you know, the visuals of him. Obviously, he's gave us a lot of visuals. I think you're really going to start to see a lot of that stuff being used on things that got something to do with them, and got nothing to do with them, but you know, it's just sort of out there now in the ether, you know. Which I'm not mad at.
What question for you? Have you? I know you. I kind of know the answer, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it again, and maybe for our audience. Has there been an album that you've kind of like rediscovered that you maybe you slept on and you popped in and go, oh, okay, this is actually a pretty good album.
I'm bumping right now Chaos and Disorder.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
And
Now, that wasn't the answer I was expecting, but now that really surprised me because I know you're not really on the rock stuff too much. But
well, I tell you, when that album came out, from some of the real old school, going back to Players World, not podcast, but the website, I did a review on that. I believe before the album had came out, I had got an advanced copy of that, and I remember. I won't say the person's the names, but it was somebody that was with a very prominent R&B person at the time, and they were in town, and somebody called me up and was like, "Yo, come and meet me here. I got something for you." So they blessed me with that, and I remember I was so excited because I didn't know what Prince was going to be doing next, and I played that cassette tape, and I was like, "What the?" This, at the time, I was like, "What the hell is this, man?" I wasn't really feeling it, and I did like almost a scathing review on it at the time. Of course, I've heard it many times after that, but I recently just jumped back into that album, and man, I'm jamming that out, man.
Yeah,
all them cuts, man. That's a dope. Even the songs I railed against. What is the song?
I rocked it for you.
What's the other one on the album? There's another
Dig You Better Dead.
Dig You Better Dead. Hold on, caller. Dig You Better Dead. I wasn't really feeling those songs, and then they had the sort of ragamuffin reggae.
Yes, God,
But let me tell you this: I was at work. I got all into it. I'm kind of giving a pass to certain things now, and I said, "What the hell, man? I was doing my Billy, I was like, "What the hell? I'll let it ride." So that's the album right now that I am really playing. Of course, like "I Will" is a great song. "Into the Light," that whole thing. Just hearing Rosie's voice too. I really like her voice. Caller, we got another caller on the line. Caller, who is this?
Michael Dean.
Your name is Michael. How are you? Oh, what's up, Daryl? My man.
Hey, how are you, man?
Man, you're breathing down my neck on these podcasts, man. I don't like this stuff, man. I don't like that now.
Hey, what you talking about? I would never have done anything if it wasn't for you.
I'm just playing, man.
Hey, I'm actually, I want to talk about Prince, of course, but I'm mad because I've asked my wife to call into my podcast show, and she says, I don't like my voice, and I don't like this, and I don't like this. And so then I was on YouTube, and I was like, oh, Michael Dean is live. You can call in. She's like, oh, I can call in? And she got all excited, like she was getting ready to call in.
Oh, I know you don't like that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that, ma'am. Don't get me hemmed up over here.
Hey, but I'm glad you guys are out and talking and everything. And I am now just getting back to listening to Prince music. Strictly fast songs, no slow songs. The co-host for the show, she had a Prince party, and I was gonna go, and I was like, man, am I really gonna go? And what if I get up there and they play something, and I have to run out of there? You know what I'm saying? I didn't go.
Wow.
But that it is truly just like when we talked before. It's like losing a family member.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was asking everybody this question when they call in, but I wanted to know, like, what was your favorite Prince TV performance?
TV performance?
Is there any time, something on TV where you saw Prince that you was like, man, okay, that was the shit right there, or maybe you don't have one?
TV performance.
Any classic one that
You know what?
remember?
Maybe.
And don't say the
One
yellow. Don't say the yellow pants. Okay.
No, I mean, I think I'll have to go to an interview while I'm thinking about a performance. When I saw him do that interview with the Revolution, and they was all sitting there, and he was talking, and maybe said 10 words, because he never really did any interviews and wasn't personable like that. To get that little gem just blew me away. For a performance.
Well, I like
Man.
that too with the interview. I mean, that's a great moment. Are you talking about like when they were doing filming Under the Cherry Moon or something?
No, you know what? I think this was. I don't even know why. I think he had like. Oh man, it was because Lisa, Wendy, they were all behind him, and they were just all sitting. Like it was almost like he was the mouthpiece. I don't think they said anything, and I was just glued to the television. Like, oh, he is finally talking, because all I heard was the music. He's finally letting you into a little bit of his life.
Right.
But as far as a performance, I'm almost certain he was on Don Car. Is it? Man, I'm going way back. Don Karshner's rock concert.
Oh wow, yeah.
I don't even know that
I think
one.
I'm saying, and I saw this guy with the, that's when he had the trench coat and all that, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So that got me right there, and I think he was singing like, "Party Up," something like that.
Okay.
That's what brought me in. And, because of that, that's like the most memorable,
All right.
I got so many videos on VHS, and I'm like, okay, I got to get a way to convert this VHS to DVD. It's just special,
Yeah, man. It's he's got. I ain't got to tell you, just the TV stuff alone, and like you said, the interviews and the performances. I mean, every era of Prince, there was always something to go along with it on the visual side. I wanted to make sure we can plug your podcast, man. What's the name of your show?
Oh, hey, thank you. The Full Circle Podcast Show.
Full Circle Podcast. Where can they find that show, sir?
We got a Facebook page. We just reached 500 likes today on Facebook.
Congratulations.
That makes me real happy. And you can reach us at fullcirclepodcastshow.com, at gmail.com. And we got a YouTube channel. You just type in Full Circle Podcast Show. Michael Dean, very instrumental in helping us, and so I really appreciate it, brother.
Oh man, I appreciate you. I'm following you. And what's my girl's? Is that Carmen Miller?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I follow everybody now. So
Hey, well, I appreciate that. One last thing. The thing that hurts the most out of all this is there's nobody else. There's nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I have to like lower the bar to say, okay, now I'm going to start really listening to this person heavy. There's nobody else. That's what hurts the most.
right.
It's funny. I feel like putting out an ad, seeking new musical idol, must be able to play all your instruments, bring it live. I have all these criteria. If you can't do this, please, don't apply.
I agree 100%. I like D'Angelo. I slept on D'Angelo's last album, but that he took 14 years to come out with and all that other kind of stuff. He's good. He's talented. When you can understand what he's saying, the dude is talented. He can play.
Shots fired.
But you know what I mean?
He's a student.
Absolutely.
He is a
I agree.
student, right? He's not going to be the master unless one day, but I get what you're saying, man. For me, I'm just going back to the oldies anyway, in terms of, I'm listening to the Ohio Players, the Isleys, just the good old fashioned good music, man.
Yeah. Don't forget my boy Terrence Darby. I thought he was going to be.
I thought he was going to be the last one to pack him in.
Off.
He ain't even pulling him in either.
No.
Well, yeah, and he thought he was going to be the next. I think his ego got in the way a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, we just got to go back to the old school, and I just think it's gonna come back around. Maybe, hopefully, before we check out of here ourselves. But the instrumentation and all that's gonna come back. I just know that in my heart that it will, because there's only so much you can do with what they're doing right now. It's played out. Nobody's even really paying attention to the music. If somebody has to ask you what's the number one song, nobody don't even know. Like, who cares, man?
No, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's changed. Now, who's that in the background? Is that Sean Hill?
Sean,
yes,
we got Big Sexy is in the building too, I hear. Sir, are you there?
Oh, okay. See, I know those voices. That's cool, man. It's awesome talking to you guys, man. I'm a go in here and get a little more yak and listen to the rest of y'all show.
All right, man, and put the Mac down, man. Don't have your woman calling me up, before
Hey,
I call you.
what am I
I'm just messing
I was
with you.
perplexed. I didn't know what to say. But she got this gleam in her eyes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen that in 20 years. I don't like it.
Kind of make me feel a little good about myself. All right, well, thank you.
Oh, Keep doing
All right,
what
man.
you're doing, bro. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, peace out.
All right, thanks, Derek.
All right. Night, man.
Big Sexy, are you there?
I am there, gentlemen. I'm in the car heading home from the comic shop, and I saw the alert on Facebook, so I figured I'd jump in before I got back to Sexy Central to see what we're talking about.
Man, we're just talking
now
about Prince.
Now his internet works.
Okay. Shots fired.
See, there you go. There you go.
We're going to keep it positive.
We'll discuss that one later. Just take your L and be good.
Oh, Lord. That madness will not affect this show, please.
Now, since today is our departed friend's day of his birth, we will not use the other word that, out of respect for his beliefs. I did rock some Paisley in my blazer today in old purple in court. Was all right.
Okay.
Had to fly the colors, let the judge know what time it is.
Nice. I was asking everybody, Mark, what was your favorite Prince TV performance? But I will open it up to say any sort of appearance on TV as well.
TV as in broadcast TV, or as in like for instance BET when they showed the sacrifice of the victim.
Was it on TV? Yes,
It was on TV, but it was originally sourced from Laserdisc stuff.
Okay, or anything that you've seen that was on TV,
accept.
regardless of where it comes from.
Well, shit. Kind of caught me off guard here, but right now, without having given it a lot of thought, I would say the second Arsenio performances.
Interesting.
I love those the most.
You like the second go around better? Huh?
I like the second go around, yes.
Okay, that was it Blue
And the
Light?
first one, that was the Symbol album, yeah.
All right. What was all? It was Blue Light. The Max.
Yep.
Was on there.
My name is Prince.
My name is Prince.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think he did 7, though.
No.
I don't think he did. He did Daddy Pop, though. No, Daddy Pop was the other one. I take that back.
Right.
I think Daddy Pop was the last song I think he did.
No, Daddy Pop was on the first appearance, and it was
Or
the
the first appearance.
second performance of that
Okay.
night, I believe. That was my show. The first Arsenio, that was a headbuster to me.
See, the first Headbuster, though, I'm going to go back to 1985, when he just blew up the Grammy Awards.
Yeah.
That was
He
mine.
set the stage there on fire.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Because that was coming off of the American Music Awards where they did Purple Rain, and it was really technically proficient and, very sedate and all that. He gets to the Grammys, they do Baby I'm a Star, and lit it up. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want the world to see. And they turned it up.
Yes, they did.
I do like on the. I did like on the American Music or how they were on their own little, I guess, pedestal for lack of a better better term.
Yeah.
But why was his jacket green? I could never figure out. You're doing Purple Rain. Why are you wearing a green
No,
jacket?
that kind of concerned me as well. I don't understand that.
Putting on something that another one.
Maybe
did.
the lighting made it look green. I don't know, but
But wait,
maybe-
he wore that
It
jacket too in the Take Me With You video. The same jacket.
That's true.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Yep.
It's
I
flipping,
stand corrected.
keep us
Another L
guessing.
for the day.
Oh boy.
No,
Ladies
you
and
can't flip
gentlemen,
it with me, man. You know that.
I want to shout out the phone number one more time because we got people checking us out. And shout out to those on Facebook. Alyssa Gill, you can call in next time, but we see you. 206-965-9302. Call me right now. If I owe you some money, this is the only place you're going to catch me because otherwise I don't answer the phone. So if you're looking for that money, that bill didn't come through, call me right now. Now I'll talk to you. But really, if you want to talk about some Prince, please call us. I don't owe nobody no money. I don't think. But anyway, man, yeah, we just talked about some Prince. I miss him, man. It's just like, it just sucks. Still sucks, but life goes on.
Have you? No, yeah, it does. It does. Have you guys talked about the BET announcement?
We did, yeah. What do
Yeah,
you
we
think
talked.
about it?
Now, is that going to be it, or are they going to try to build up around that, or what else is there?
Well,
if there's
yeah.
anything else?
Well, I was saying is I'm hoping that there are going to be other announcements coming or possibly surprises such as like the Revolution or the Time or some such. But what do you think about what they've announced so far?
You know, so far, I like it, and I think it's a good start. I don't think the four that they've announced, or that I've heard, I don't think that could really carry the day to make the message that they want to send. It's like you said, if you want to send the message, MPG's got to be running around. You got to get the Revolution. Have to. Now, what
Yeah.
they ought to do, I just thought of this: get the Revolution and have Lenny Kravitz run them for one song. There you go.
Ooh.
That could be interesting.
That would
That would
definitely
be
get
tight.
thinking.
I don't think about Lenny's
I don't think Lenny's.
voice is different. I mean, I would
Well,
love
that's where
it.
you can do the falsetto, but something in Lenny's range, though.
Yeah. That would be dope. That would definitely be dope.
I mean, you shouldn't get them trying to do chest now. But something in his range, yeah.
That would be funny.
Hey, Mark, I asked Dean this question, so I'm going to ask you the same. Has there been any album, or maybe, hell, even song, but mostly album, has there been any album that you've rediscovered since Prince has passed? Any album that you may have slept on, you popped it in now, you go, oh, okay, and kind of maybe get it now, have a better appreciation of it, or...
Not an album per se, but a lot of singles and a lot of things that are of an important nature, shall we say, that I have, but I hadn't really given the critical eye to. For instance, I've been listening to a lot of New Power Soul lately.
Thank you.
And a lot of musicology. A lot of musicology.
Yes, sir. Push it up, would you?
Okay.
A couple of things like
Mine,
Say it again.
is.
go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Well,
Well,
I was just gonna say, mine, believe it or not, is the Gold Experience. Which people, what? That seems blasphemous, but as an album, I haven't listened to it, from start to finish. I'm a shuffler. I'll just put some stuff in and shuffle. But as far as just listening to it from start to finish, I was like, oh, this is on that album. Wow, okay, this is on that album, and with the exception of the MPG operator in between most of the tracks, which that screams 90s. It's a pretty solid album. It's a pretty solid album with the exception of We March and don't send me. Well, go ahead and send me the hate mail. Billy Jack Bitch. I think those are the only two songs for me. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Sean.
I don't know.
Sean.
I think
Sean.
I don't know. Stop
Once
talking.
again,
Okay, right? But no,
You,
I just
your
think
movie,
that's the song.
your movie selection be suspect. Now you saying Billy Jack? I think you are trying to be like Q
Okay,
or something. Shots fired.
no. I think, and I'm gonna quote Ernie on this, well, not quote, but I'm gonna kind of paraphrase Ernie. I think it's a victim of sequencing. I think its sequence is between Shy and I Hate You, right? And I don't know. I just think where it is, I'm so ready. I'm so upbeat after Shy, although it's not an upbeat song, and then I'm just so ready to get to I Hate You that I'm like, okay, come on, this song, okay, the horns, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm ready for this song to be over. So I think that's maybe why I have the feeling for it that I do, because I do kind of like it when I hear it outside the album, but I think just where it is, I just think for me, I'm ready to get to the next track. So yeah, go ahead and send
Let
your
me
hate
look at my
mail to.
crystal ball here. Let me look at my crystal ball. Let me redeem Sean right quick. Assuming we all get together in August out at Paisley, for the event they're having, and assuming further they do a Paisley Purple Dance Party, I will see to it personally that the DJ plays Billy Jack Bitch. And then I will watch Sean on the floor get his groove on point. And then I'll walk up to Sean and say, Sean, I thought this was a jam. Oh, man, I was wrong. Okay, cool. That's what will happen.
The words "I was wrong" will never ever come out of my mouth.
Wow.
We shall see.
It's not a bad song. It's just, again, I think just where it's placed on the album. There, I've said it.
What's the DJ's name? Was DJ Spinner? Is that the girl who's in black sweat with him? Is that her?
I forget her name, but you're close. Yeah, something like that.
I'll be standing next to her at the DJ booth. Call out your name, Sean.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. We got to record it for prosperity.
Oh, we'll definitely sneak a call in there. Then we'll get somebody kicked out. We'll have to have a sacrificial lamb to get kicked out after they shoot it, so it'll be cute.
Hilarious.
We'll have Q get kicked out, and it'll be great.
You know, Q goes back and listens to these shows, so you're gonna hear about that.
I know. We're getting cussed out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you your last chance to call in because we'll be wrapping it up pretty soon. 206-965-9302. You know you wanted to call, so now is your time to get on there and jump on this show and let us hear what you got to say. What's your piece? Don't come back and send me the long, sometimes winded emails. Just come on and call right now. Just get on the line. We can chop it up for real. So,
Now, since we're still chopping it up, the three of us, let's give Sean opportunity to further bury himself. Because on Facebook, Sean put up a few song challenges tonight. So, Sean, Insatiable or Scandalous? What's it going to be?
Well, I have an affection for Scandalous, and this is based on the Scandalous Sex Suite. I was in college. You can do the math, right? But obviously, Insatiable is a much better crafted song than Scandalous, because there's really nothing too scandalous other than that beat, right? But if you grab the Scandalous Sex Suite, it's a whole different ballgame. That's why I specifically said Scandalous, not the Sex Suite, because if it's the Sex Suite, then I would say the Sex Suite blows Insatiable out of the water. But yes, definitely Insatiable. It's just better, more of a classic sound for the Prince ballad rather than the Scandalous.
Mr. Dean, your thoughts?
It's Scandalous versus Insatiable?
Insatiable.
Yeah.
Probably the same lines as Sean. I would go with Insatiable for the same reasons. I think they're both stellar songs, though. I really like the Scandalous Sex Suite. The second, I think it's the second part.
The second part is the song itself,
where he's doing he added the contrasting harmony background vocals and stuff.
Yeah, that's the second one.
That's my joint. Like when I think of the song, that's what I think about. But since we're not talking about that, I will go with Insatiable because, I mean, that's a cold track. I also, though we're not talking about the sort of uncut version of Insatiable, though it's some people find it mandering at parts. I like all that little extra shit in there. But there you go.
Now,
I used-
since we're talking, used to what?
No, I used to loan buddies of mine the CD, the Scandalous Sex Suite CD, and I'd always say, if you're not into something by the time it hits the Rapture, you ain't got no game. if you're not in the business by then it's not going to happen for you. So,
Wow.
Sean was a mistake.
All right.
Now, on the
Oh, go ahead.
standard issue, have you guys, I'm going to get a little esoteric here, have you guys had a chance to listen to the work he did with Kim Basinger called Hollywood Affair, I believe? You guys heard that?
I tried to
I
listen to
actually
it one time,
just got
and
it.
it just it was too horrible for me. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. They're working with full force. Just didn't work.
Yeah. I couldn't get into it. What was that recent article or something that came out and somebody said, man, you can't be A&R with your dick. Like,
wow.
that that's how, I ain't mad at him but yeah, man, I wasn't feeling it.
Sean.
She don't need to be on the microphone anyway. There's only one mic she needs to be on.
Yes, sir.
Did you get that link I Dropboxed you?
Yes, I did. Thank you, sir.
My man having private conversations on the line. What are we doing here?
Well, let me about Kim Basinger. I think it was the second time that Prince was on Leno. I think it was the time he did. What's the unreleased song? Oh God, I can't think of the name of it. You don't really know me. You just think that song. The guest that night was Alec Baldwin.
Oh, that could have been tense.
So I don't know if they knew, of each other. I would assume, they both knew, but I wonder if they were, kept away from each other or whatever. I just thought when I saw, I was like, oh wait, that's kind of weird. Alec Baldwin and Prince on the same, and you know why, right? Well, obviously you do, Mike. You do know why, right?
Hey, she chose me. We can handle this like some gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster shit. Or you can always cue up Usher, or not Usher. You can cue up Ray J's song "I Hit It First." But anyway.
Oh wow.
All right. Well, we only have 5 more minutes. I have to shut it off. So again, for those who are still watching, if we are watching, 206-965-9302. We are looking at August to make our way to Minnesota. So get your stuff together. Get ready, because when they pull the trigger, you got to be ready to move. And we're going to definitely have a good time meeting people out there. Hopefully the plan is we'll find a spot where we'll do a live show with the audience. So that should be very fun and interesting. We'll be able to debate. Just imagine you can sit there and you'll have Q, Aunt Pooh, Sean, Mark, myself, and we're gonna be going in. You'll be able to see it live in person. That'll be very fun. So
It'll be worth it just to see Q and Ant in person.
there you
You know,
go.
it'll be fun.
We got
Hopefully-
to work on the seating
We're
arrangement.
we're gonna keep those guys on one
Yeah.
side of the stage. We'll have to do this like it's the Source Awards or something, or the BET Hip Hop Awards, and keep those guys separated. So shit don't pop
One
up.
of them, man,
'Cause you-
eat dirt throwing chairs at the Source Awards.
Yeah, because you know how if you listen to how Ant gets down up in the club. He went to a networking. He went to a networking event, almost turned it out. So like I said, you can't take him anywhere. I'm just messing with you.
No, no, Ant was pretty mellow when he met up with me and Sean the other day. So
That's
it was
right.
okay.
That's right. That's right. All right.
Well, there was almost that thing at the end, though. You remember that?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a situation. Yeah.
It was.
I don't want to snitch
Well,
him out.
No, no. It's nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him at all. We were going to take a picture, and so we asked the hostess to take a picture of us. And what was she like? Chinese, Japanese, Asian? She was
Let's
Asian.
just say something Asian descent. Yeah, there you go.
Yes. And she said, "Are y'all gonna pose like gangsters?"
Wow.
And I like almost had to grab. And I was like, "No. She's joking. She's joking."
No boom boom for Soul Brother.
I was ready to get it started.
Why we gotta be gangsters?
I said it as soon as she said it. I was like, "No, Aunt, no. It's cool. She's joking."
Kinda reminds-
I can see that look. I can see that look at his eyes.
That reminds me of that scene from Boomerang when they went to the clothing store
Yeah.
and Martin was always ready to. Oh, you're racial, man. Why you always?
Racial.
Why
All
don't you
right.
take your jacket up, Fred, stick it all up to be damned and bring it back?
There you go. Well, listen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We're going to have to cut this off, cut it short here. It's about 7 o'clock on the West Coast, and we got other things to do. Do have a family. So I want to say to Sean, first I'm going to give it up to Sean Hill for coming on. Sean was a trooper. He stood with me because I was fighting the stream to get it to work, and he was patiently letting me test and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for that, Sean.
No worries, sir. And I think I told you guys it's my 3-year anniversary being on the podcast yesterday.
Wow.
So
Man.
that was when I got the email invite from you saying you had seen my interview with Steve Park, and you liked the work, and you read some of my reviews and asked me to join the team. So that was 3 years ago yesterday. So happy anniversary to me.
Oh, man. Right on, man. Yes, sir.
I don't know if it's all been happy, but,
I
I'm
hope
here
so.
nonetheless.
I hope so.
No, it's been great. It's been great. I love it.
Oh, man, we appreciate you, sir. Also, Big Sexy, thank you for calling in, doing your thing. And we got to shout out Ampu, Q Storm, Big Ken, Ernie. Shout out to Tobias. Shout out to Monique. These are all the people who've been on the show, held it down at one point or the other. Also, shout out to some of our newer people that's coming through, like Tammy, Priyana, and also Fire. We got some stuff cooking. So with that, we're about to get up out of here. But again, PrincePodcast.com, podcastjuice.net.com. Hope you guys are having a good night. We're celebrating Prince always, every day. Every day is Prince Day around here. And hey, work it like a job, and we'll see you next time. Payas.